So, this December 15th, thought for the day from AA. Yeah, it really got me thinking about, how powerful it can be to serve others, especially when you think about people who are in recovery. It's not just like going out in life. You're doing good deeds. It's like a really important part of actually getting better and staying sober. So, that really got me curious, and I wanted to dig into it a little bit. Like, how does that connect back to these big ideas in AA? This whole idea of like, ooh, fun. You can't really get sober if you're only focused on yourself. It's about looking outward and helping others who are struggling too. I mean, it's kind of a weird thing, right? It's like a paradox. You find yourself by losing yourself in service to others. It's like, the more you give, the more you get back in a way. And the text makes this really interesting point about it. It says that people who have been through addiction and have actually recovered, they're in a totally unique position to help others who are going through the same thing because they understand it. They've been there. They know what it's like to face those challenges and those temptations. And it's a kind of empathy that you can only get from actually experiencing it yourself. Like, imagine if you were trying to climb a mountain and you had a guide who had already climbed that same mountain. They could tell you where the dangerous spots are and how to avoid them. They could give you encouragement when you're feeling exhausted, and they can celebrate with you. Now, when you finally reach the top, that's what it's like to have someone who's been through recovery helping you along the way. It's like having a map and a guide all rolled into one. There's also this really beautiful spiritual side to it all. The meditation for the day talks about God being with us all the time, even when things are tough. And that's a really powerful reminder, especially for people struggling with addiction, because it's so easy to feel alone. And nobody understands what you're going through. But this meditation, it tells us that we're not alone. God is always there. Even when we don't feel it. It's like, imagine you're out in the ocean and a big wave crashes over you and you get pulled under the water. And for a moment, it's dark and scary and you can't see anything. But then
you remember that you have a life preserver on and you kick your feet and you come back up to the surface and you can breathe again. That's what it's like to remember that God is with us. Even when we're feeling lost and overwhelmed, it's like that life preserver. That helps us stay afloat. And the prayer for the day is really simple but powerful. It's asking for courage to face the everyday challenges and to trust that better days are coming. And that's really important too, because recovery isn't always easy. There are going to be ups and downs, good days and bad days, and it's on those tough days that we need to remember that this prayer is there for us. It's like saying, okay, today might be hard, but I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep fighting because I know that with God's help, I can get through this. And I know that there's light at the end of the tunnel. And this whole idea of serving others is not just about helping other people, it's also about helping ourselves. Because when we serve others, we're strengthening our own recovery. We're staying connected to the community. And we're reminding ourselves of how far we've come. It's like a cycle of giving and receiving.
And the more we give, the more we get back in ways we never could have imagined. And that's really what this whole reflection is about. It's about understanding that recovery isn't just about ourselves. It's about reaching out and helping others. And in doing so, we find that we're actually helping ourselves more than we ever thought possible. So, if you're in recovery, or if you know someone who is, remember that service is a powerful tool. It can help you stay sober, it can help you connect with others, and it can help you find a deeper sense of purpose and meaning in your life. And what if, just think about this for a second, what if we all made a conscious effort to serve others every single day? What would the world be like? I think it would be a much better place, don't you? That's something to think about. And on that note, I'm going to wrap things up for today. But before I do, I'm going to leave you with one final thought. If you could choose one act of service to brighten someone else's day, what would it be? And how would it make you feel? Think about it. Until next time, take care of yourselves and keep the conversation going.